I'm back. Hello.
I'm here, Diamond.
No
Did
problem.
you see I put a little note in my dice cam?
Oh
Let people
yeah.
know why there's no game action going on right now. I'm using my phone for an additional camera and just having it log into the video. Because I like rolling my dice.
hmm
And that's, I'm being honest.
Oh, no problem.
And you can see them. Yeah.
hmm
Double ones. You're going to always want to see when I roll double ones. You don't want to miss that. Yeah, I posted in our Discord channel, like, to Mike and Pearlvag, to Metal and Pearlvag. Where are you?
hmm hmm
I was under the understanding that both of them are showing up tonight,
Hmm.
and that we have 3 players and we can get some shit done.
hmm
What could we get done? What could we do?
Hmm.
I
So
mean, even if
the
it is some XP, this hero points to spend, anything, anything
well, I mean,
really.
like more so like if I was going to do like a mini solo episode with the Olympian, first of all, it'll be checking with basically the group's ward, which is I need to look in people to remember.
Award, huh?
Yeah,
What do
pretty
you
much
mean by
that's
award?
ward like somebody who's under our tutelage, just like somebody who's under our care, because she got
Okay,
nobody.
that's Donna
Um,
Hannah. That's Donna
mm-hmm.
Hannah, correct?
Yes, Donna
Yep.
Hannah,
The
and basic.
granddaughter of the late Dr. Clinton Avery of the house that you've uh, been invited to stay in, that which has become your de facto headquarters.
Yep.
Okay. And do you want to do this? What period of time is this? After the Starhold
Yes.
aftermath, satellite
This will
crash
be.
aftermath?
Yeah. This will be after the aftermath.
Okay. Nice. So that would be, you would be getting there, and that's actually where I assume the whole crew was going to, after done with the media press coverage, debriefing with um, 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 no, is it? I keep on saying Brisby Bain. It's Brisby Sharp. Bisbee Sharp, the
Yep.
SIAC, FBEE SIAC. After you get debriefed with him, that you're all gonna go decompress, and it would generally be, I would think, at least you and Pearlvog returning to the Avery Mansion,
Mm-hmm.
and Metal. I don't know what she was intending after that. She was just going to drop out of sight or what. And what was, I mean, it had to have been some horrible stereotype name, but was it Rosita, the housekeeper of the Avery Mansion?
Mm-hmm.
She, when you get there, if you're looking for Donna Hannah, uh, she's not there. She moved back to her apartment on campus at Capital City State University.
Okay.
That's just where she is. So if you were intending, if you wanted to track her down, I guess you got her cell number. You can call her on her cell. But
Yep.
the floor is yours, Olympian.
So Olympian will enter, and basically he will look to Rosita and will be like, "So she has returned to the campus apartments."
Well, yes, she has. She has. with and I don't when Mr. Zuzu um, wasn't around anymore. She just didn't want to spend time in this house by herself. So she's decided she's going to, no matter what, she's going back to classes and trying to get back to her regular life, whatever that's going to look like for her.
Understandable. I commend you for your service here. And basically, he will take out a check. And basically, the check is literally the PTO hours that he accrued for being out. And also, he is basically giving her three paychecks in this check to her, because like he does, like he don't know if she's getting paid or not, but like he's a good person. Like Olympia wants to be true to his word and want to make sure she's paid. So he hands her the check for your service, and I will make sure will be put on retainer, even if it has to come from my own pay.
Yeah, and Rosita says, "Oh, but we're all good. That's been taken care of. She took your advice. She took your advice, Senor Olympian." And she's, you're huge. She's a Hispanic woman. She went and Donna got the lawyer. You said get the lawyer, and she's got the lawyer now, and so everything is being taken care of.
So you are being paid?
Everything, the electricity being paid. We have, I have a grocery card, credit card. Mr. Clint, the late Dr. Avery was, a very, very wealthy man.
As long as you're getting paid and being benefited from your service here, I would like for you to continue your service here. And also,
would you say, Senor Olympian, this house is so old with no one here. It makes no noise. It's
I will be
creepy.
I will have permanent residency here.
Oh, wonderful, Mr. Olympian! You're so strong. And she, it's like feeling those, touch the muscles. And
and he'll nod and like thank her, and he will just basically, I will have to leave out for now. If you want to leave home early, you're more than happy to leave home early. Consider this a bonus. And he will just leave the check on the table and not say anything and just leave. And he will go see Donna.
Okay. And your income comes from currently from your janitorial job at that Riverside High School?
Yep.
And you're keeping that job?
Mm-hmm. He may have to make some choices. He may become a full hero full time.
Yeah, what kind of schedules you got?
So basically,
you're on your way. How are you getting to Capital City State University campus?
He is going to basically fly there in his superhero persona.
Okay, and then drop down. Are you going to walk around superhero persona, or are you going to switch to Carl?
He is going to switch to Carl. And basically, Carl got on very baggy clothes, and he wears glasses. And basically, he just got on the usual slacks and whatnot, long overcoat, and he'll just walk up to find the apartment complex number, walk in, and then talk to probably the dorm person at the front desk. And basically, you can be like, my name's Carl, and I came to see Donahue.
Yeah, and she's you got a hold of her, and Rosita would have given you any information to get in touch with her. So she's happy to see you and willing to meet you. Like she didn't duck you or dodge you or anything. And so she answers the door, and she's got a couple of roommates. It's a nice apartment, and it's not a crappy one. The Capital City State University is from the mansion. It's not bad because I think it's in the north part of the city,
Mm-hmm.
and the Clinton mansion is north of the city itself, kind of like northwest
Mm-hmm.
in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we're going to take a quick break because someone just came home. I got to check in, and then we'll be right back on this.
No problem.
Okay, I'm back with you, Olympian. With
All
the
right.
Olympian. And so Donna, what she's in the usual. She likes jeans, no shoes or socks, barefoot. Um, whatever, college, some band T-shirt. Um, roommates likewise. But there's no hiding the fact that her skin is blue, and like her eyes are blue and different shades of blue, and sometimes she goes translucent a bit,
Mm-hmm.
like she might just like fly away with the wind, like smoke. Um, but
Mm-hmm.
it all stays within her form. Um, and she's saw everything on the news and was just like, you know, that looks so freaking horrifying and scary. Yeah, I definitely don't want to have anything to do with this superhero business. I just want to go to classes and that's it. You know.
Which which is under and basically Carl will push up his glasses and be like, um, which is understandable. Would you like to go somewhere so we can talk?
Oh yeah, we can talk right here in the apartment. She's really comfortable with her roommates. They're like her sisters, and they're like,
Okay.
they've been talking about strategies of how do you go to class without getting bothered. Is there going to be any press? That kind of shit.
Um, he will look and he'll just say, so I'm glad that it seems like class has been going well for you.
Well, she hasn't returned to him yet.
Hmm.
She's hoping to return in a couple of days.
He'll
She just had to get out of the house. The house is um, Mr. Zuzu was hanging out, and then just um, one afternoon he was just gone. He was in the study going through some shit, and then I haven't seen him since. And I just didn't want to be there in that house alone. It's pretty intense.
it's understandable. Just to let you know that I will be having permanent residency there, and I will be staying there on a permanent basis. So whenever you feel like coming home, there will be someone there to greet you.
She's really glad that you're there for Rosita. Um, yeah, because news vans have been out on the street out off the property at the end of the driveway, um, daily for you know sleazy news shows talking about the salacious happenings and murder at the Avery Mansion and the transformation of Donna and all that.
You do not have to worry about that anymore. That will be taken care of soon enough. A lot has happened. A lot will be happening in the future. Whatever happens, I will just want to let you know that you do have a home. You do have a home there, and also that you focus on your studies and you be what you want to be in life.
Do you think I'm in danger from still in danger from Andrea, or do you think she's truly, and she chokes up a little bit, dead?
I believe that there's more factors to this, and it will be solved in due time. I will make sure that it's solved. Until then, I would like for you to come back every now and then to work on your powers to be able to defend yourself.
Okay, I will, but I don't want to like
It,
join a superhero club or anything. I hope
of
you
course,
realize I saw that everything I've seen so far is just like not for me.
it's a dangerous work, and I do not expect you um, to join. Otherwise, it's your choice. I just want you to be able to defend yourself, just in case the time comes when you have to defend yourself and maybe the friends around you.
Of, of course, I wouldn't want to, anything to happen. And I mean, no one's going to come for me, right? Like my my roommates, my friends, my besties here, they're not in any danger. Do you think? And they're like, we'll give them names at some point, but they're like, don't worry, Donna, we're here for you. We
And
always got your back. You know that. So
and
they
he'll
seem to be really true friends of hers.
and that brings Carl is very pleased by that she has made friends, and basically he is going to nod. He's like, you don't have to worry about that. You got a good group of friends, and me and my compatriots will make sure that nothing doesn't happen to you.
And I got to hit the books. I got to go studying. I got to go to my room. Is there anything else? Anything
No,
else
that would be it.
me or anything else to go I can do for you,
No,
Carl?
I just wanted you to just wanted to check up on you, and every now and then I'll probably call to do that. But I just wanted to check up on you and see if you was okay. Um,
Carl, don't worry. If there's something going down, you're going to be my first call.
thank you. And
Certainly.
he'll get up and he'll start. He'll do like a little the Kandorians are not big on affection. That is still some parts that he's learning. So he does a bow, like a little short bow of his head in respect, and he starts to head out the door.
Okay. Okay. So that's nice. We've got that relationship nailed down right now. What's going on with her? Here's a good question. And when our additional players, I guess tonight was just too soon for him to get back into it. But for the next scheduled session in 2 weeks, where was I going? Where was my train of thought on this? Donna's set. Okay, I can't remember what I was going to say. It's going to have to come back to me. I totally lost my train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
Where were we? What were we talking about? Doesn't matter. It was probably on a tangent because I always go on tangents. I'm the editor-in-chief. Oh, my name's not spelled right. I got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what. This is the most newspaper get-up I could get going on, Carl. I know.
Oh, it's nice.
That kind of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm in costume. Editor-in-chief. How do I change my name? There's got to be a little drop-down menu somewhere. Oh, I didn't do it when I want to sign out and come back in, maybe.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Yep. Editor-in-chief. Editor-in-chief. And Diamond, and not that anyone's ever fucking asked, but the Vanishing Tower Press little logo here is from Old Tower, like a dungeon synth band.
Mm-hmm.
And that's an evil wizard.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I mentioned that before, right? That's clearly you can see that. Good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Just I can't say someone didn't. Someone did, but it was like a friend of mine who wasn't a gamer, and I was like, dude, it's a fucking evil wizard. Anyone can see that.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. Oh yeah, I got to tomorrow night. I will be like a going away. Someone from work is heading to the big city, heading to capital city to seek his fortune. But I got him into a few. What did I got? 5 coworkers into a game of D&D 5th edition face-to-face game.
Oh.
It lasted. It fell apart. It lasted. I don't know. We had 9-10 sessions. And there was the three core players that were really into it. 2 were just like kind of hanging out and checking it out and hanging around, but I don't think it was for them.
Yeah.
But the guy that's moving to Denver, he was like, I dig role playing. Like he said, I didn't have a chance to play this before, but I really dig it. And another guy who never played, he bought the Player's Handbook. So when someone starts throwing money at books, I feel like they're having a good time and they're interested in the hobby.
Oh yeah, that was a big move.
But then we got busy as shit, and it was like, yeah, no, I'm not. The face to face is kind of a bigger commitment than coming online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because the people have to drive and everything. Well, you'd think online would be easier, but where's our ringers? Just like Weren't we in just like hot communication like hours ago, everybody?
Yeah, that is true.
And then it's game time and it's fucking crickets.
Yeah, like oh no.
What would Olympian? Oh, I remembered my question. I'm glad we've been random. Olympian is the satellite crash landed on July 26th. It's at least July 27th, the day after that. When do we want as the group to pick up the action? Do we want to keep in media res? Do we want to move things forward a week, a couple of days, 3 months? What since you're the only one here, what are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I was down to get back into the groove of things and move things forward.
So you think the date and time of the game should be July 27th, the day after, or at least July 28th, the day after, because you had to get back to Capital City after the pressers and the debriefs and the legal hoops.
Yeah,
So you're ready to go. That's interesting because one of the earlier players who isn't in the game, I invited him. He's like, no, Tuesday nights already got a game, and that's the way it goes. But his character Bug, when he first joined the game with Mike Metal, he didn't. He was like, he didn't want that. Like he made a point, and you've seen my style, the way I generally keep things in real. Unless someone says otherwise. So he got a little bent. I don't know. After a few sessions, because he's like, you said we weren't going to be going in, real time. That we'd be able to let some time flow, and we could see. He wanted to see the impact of the PC's actions. And I'm putting words in his mouth now because I never direct, but I think it's in that having some time elapse was a way for him to do that. But you're like, but minute by minute, you don't want to miss a minute of Olympian's life, do you?
I am basically I want to get back into the groove of things more so I could be able to get back into the rhythm of Olympian and in the superheroics. Like if there's still ways to show like changing of if there's still a way to show like the progression of like players' action, then yes. But like I'm ready to go with some action.
Yeah, what do you got? What do you want to do after you leave Donna's place?
What he does
July 28th.
Yeah.
Get that down in the Bible.
What he does now, he'll go back to the mansion and he will put on his like click of the watch, put on his outfit. It's time to get to work. And basically he will go to the board, and the board has everything. I would say like this is like a like one of those murder mystery boards, like all the connecting pieces, like what a detective will have. But this is all the stuff that
like
they
a cork board.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.
Board type of thing. And so where's he setting it up? And
he is.
I do have a link that I posted in the Discord of our MeWe group for where I store all our graphics. So, have you ever been to that?
I think I've been to it once. I'm gonna try it. But he's gonna have this set up in the study.
Okay. You can see some of Mr. Zuzu's cigarette butts in the ashtray. A can of a Diet 7-Up, half finished, but warm and has been open there for a couple of days. It looks like Rosita never comes into the study.
He would look at the board and basically now it's the time to get started on a few things. And basically to start pushing some things forward. Because we have he'll have like the magic user group over here. He will have basically uh the troll was running merch for somebody.
The troll was watching the merch. He was doing it for the Black Enchantress, Andrea Caruso's cult.
Mm-hmm.
That's who was doing it, and you guys took her out and her cultists.
Mm-hmm.
So those were weapons they bought in the city on the black market.
Okay.
And Troll was their hired gun. And it was also, listening to the previous broadcasts, he was there at the mansion when the Black Enchantress / Andrea Caruso killed Dr. Avery and kidnapped Donna.
Okay.
And so currently he's in jail because you guys housed his ass. So with that background information, I'll return the floor to you.
As he looks, he will start to just go down, and he's going to be looking for the loose, on the out of character level, he's looking for the loose plot threads. But in character, he's looking for like the loose end that they were going for, but didn't follow through because of the Starhold like took up so much of their time.
Yep. What are those plot threads? The magic one, and Pearlvog has an angle on this too a little bit, was that Ruin Star, a fallen celestial, was one of Black Enchantress's henchmen.
Mm-hmm.
Troll. And the two sacrifices for the elemental spell that the Black Enchantress cast, Blue Rush and Earth Crush, they're still active. They showed up and attacked you guys in the backyard. And I can't remember if Ruin Star is still trapped, imprisoned in the house, or did she escape with the Rush brother? The Rush brothers.
I think we trapped her because I KO'd her. I think we trapped her.
So there's like a door that goes into a room where there's another room that Mr. Zuzu has her in prison.
And you know what? Since that is my weakness, I am going to work that angle because I am going to give Donna a piece of, give her some peace and finish this case and see this through. So either I'm going to start it and basically probably try to see how far I can get. So
okay,
the Olympians going to. Oh, I was about to say. I'm sorry.
I'll throw out one bit. Pearlvog met Mr. Zuzu at the Hunterford Library. I think they both had like some premonition or whatever, impending evil, because they dabble in the supernatural. And this guy, or this supervillain calling himself the Black Paladin, showed up and stole a lance of unending agony. Something really bad. Some bad news. And he was accompanied by Zekula, the succubus that escaped from the Avery mansion when Dr. Avery died. Those two, she hooked up with this guy, who knows how or why, and they're out there loose somewhere too.
All right, I got an angle I can work. So the Olympian is going to go to the room where Rune Star is in prison, and he is going to he's going to look at her and be like, Rune Star, we need to talk.
Scornfully, she says, if you think keeping me imprisoned in this magical shell is bothersome, I am a celestial, though I am fallen, and the drops of time are but blinks in my eye. So I am content to wait and wait for those who can free me. Free me.
That can easily be done if you cooperate. I do not have. I do not attend on holding you in this prison if you go back to where you came from. But in order for
Oh,
this,
she's eager about that.
in order
She
for
says, "You'll
this,
let me go."
in order for this transaction to happen, I need
You'll let me out of
information.
here. You will. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, he basically he will be like, in order for this transaction to happen, I need information.
And then she retreats back into the shadow a little bit, and then comes walking back out. The room is. You open the door to the room, and it's kind of in a lozenge shape. It's eight. What is it? Is it 8-sided? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 6-sided room, but it's longer than wide, and it tapers into 2 points. I call it a lozenge, if you would. If you just if you took a capsule like a pill
Mm-hmm.
and just sharpen the ends, it looks kind of like that. And it's shiny black marble,
Mm-hmm.
wall to ceiling. When you walk in, just like in that hidden place, torchlight softly goes on, but there's no like wall sconce or visible torch. There's just that floating flame.
Mm-hmm.
And near the back, there's it's not sheer marble. It's a mirror. Let's say they're mirrors. The ends are mirrored, and you come in through the center, so lengthwise, this way and that way. And at the end, either end, these diagonal pointed ends, they're mirrored, except one of them is murky black, like a mist, and that's so it looks like there's like 4 prisons here, and there's only one being occupied by Runestar.
I need to know where your compatriots is. The Black Paladin, the Succubus, and the 2 others that accompanied them. I need this information.
She what does she say about she's no I know not those 2. I know not who you speak of. These are people I'm not familiar with. The Rush brothers, though, I'm not sure where would they go. They were the ones that were turned into elementals at my former master's hands. I can tell you about them. Let me look up their character sheet and see what their backstory is. Because they would have kidnapped them. And it's like, so where'd they kidnap them from? What was their life like, right? Just dealing with magical beings tonight. Silly me. It's always the thing that you don't think you're going to be engaging with is what you got to engage with.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like I don't have any background notes written on that. It's time to turn to some random tables, I think. Oh, this might do it. Might do it. Yeah, 52. They were former special ops. One of them was a big game hunter. Charles Rush, and Brandon Rush. So they would have been, and they were ex-special ops, kind of hiring out as mercenaries. So the Black Enchantress actually got a hold of him when she was looking for hired guns. She had cultists that she could manipulate at the will. But these two guys were volunteered in the transformation. And she had hired them earlier to be hired guns.
And the Olympian will look and be like, so you don't know anything about the Black Paladin and Succubus, but you do know something about the Rush brothers.
Yeah, the Rush brothers, because they were working for the Black Enchantress, who I was working for.
Would they have information regarding the Black Paladin?
I don't think so. They weren't the mystical type. They're just macho gunmen. The power that the Black Enchantress wielded, and beings such as myself, they lusted after such power. And so they volunteered to be in the ritual. The Black Paladin, where did you encounter him?
I did not encounter him. Two of my compatriots encountered him, and they stole a powerful lance.
What did he steal? And I can tell you what that is. The Lance of Unending Agony. So she says she knows about that thing. That thing's a nasty piece of work.
Is it possible to track it? And that could be lead to him.
Lance of Unvanquished Pain. Lance of Unvanquished Pain. Yeah, it's a powerful magic item in the hands of those dedicated to evil. And how would you? Could she track it? Take a look at her character sheet. See what kind of powers she possesses. Rune Star, here's her powers. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Let me out of here and I can scour the earth for such an item of power.
No. That cannot be. I will not allow that to happen. You have not even gained.
My eternity sword.
He'll just look.
I will deliver this Black Paladin and this magical item that you.
No. See. I'll do it myself. Consider this your bargain. Consider this a way to earn my trust. If you tell me this location, this will be the first step forward to your release from incarceration.
My powers are no good in here. The imprison is designed to nullify my abilities. It is a magical prison, not one of a physical nature. Beyond your comprehension, mortal.
I'm no mere mortal, but I guess from your standards, that's understandable.
Yes. And are you in Carl form or Olympian form, I guess?
Olympian.
Okay. She goes, I know who you are, Cordarian. I have tangled with the likes of you. generally good warriors.
Indeed, we are. But now, for now,
You
I
are
am.
not an uncaring and most brutal and unkind. I've served in their ranks before, but you, Olympian, you are different.
That I am. I am different.
You're a mockery of their proud tradition.
That I am. There's no lie about that. But right now, I need to find the Black Paladin.
Well, without me being able to use the powers of my true sight, I won't be able to give you this information. I'm nothing but dumb, deaf, and mute in this box.
Thank you for your time. And he will start to walk away.
You dare, as you're leaving, you dare not face such powers without me.
And as he walks, he will start to look over. He'll start to see if Zulu uh Pervok left some notes behind to try to search for this. Like he will start to look if they like left any notes behind.
Yeah, this librarian at the Hunterford Library, uh, um, I think what he did is he called them. Or he called Mr. Zuzu. No, um, there's a message on the voicemail at Clinton Avery Mansion trying to get a hold of Mr. Zuzu from the librarian that handled the artifact in the
Perfect.
library.
He is going to call that number back.
And he's freaking out because he had that lance and he was intending to turn it over to Dr. Clinton Avery because he knew of his paranormal background. He was
Mm-hmm.
a professor of the occult at Capital City State University. Paranormal stuff and remote history. Because this librarian dude, I don't have his name, but he's a weedy looking guy. He's kind of, weedy. He's like, think of kind of a spacey guy kind of in his own world.
Mm-hmm.
And that world is old books and weird stuff.
Perfect. He's
freaking out because he was turning it over to Dr. Clinton Avery because Clinton Avery, he was sure he knew about this item, that this was a very dangerous item and he would be a person. So he doesn't know, and then it got stolen. So now he has no one that he could have turned it over to now that he's dead. But now it's in the hands of someone out there. It's pretty freaky. That's bad news.
He is going to call him, and basically he's going to be like, and the Olympian is going to wait till he answer.
Mm-hmm. He does. I don't have his name. We'll just call him the librarian at this point. So the librarian answers.
Are you the librarian?
Yeah. Yes. What can I do for you?
This is the Olympian. I am a friend of Provog and also Zulu, and I need help looking for the lance.
Oh yeah, I was desperately trying to get in touch with them, and encourage them to continue looking for the lance. That even though the Black Paladin and his accomplice, that succubus, got away, that they shouldn't let up. That needs to be run down and taken from their hands.
It will.
Clearly, they haven't done it.
But I need help. I need help tracking the lance somehow, some way. I am not magically inclined, but I am determined to look for individuals.
So, yes. Come down to the library. I think I know just the thing. I'll have to go to the stats.
And when he says that, he's not going to let him finish talking. He's just you just hear like this loud gust of wind. Mm-hmm.
And you're at the Huntingford Library, and what's your flight?
10.
Okay, flight is 10. Let's see, distance. Say about 15 miles. Yeah, it takes you 32 seconds to get there.
Mm-hmm. He will just appear.
And that's the beauty of this Meg's game system. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think I could have come up with that figure that fast. Because I
He
use APs. Have you? I know you've been playing for a bit, Simon, but I don't know if you've got into. Have you got into the rule book at all? You looked at
just a little.
APs and the benchmark tables? Basically, the benchmark AP tables. Have you looked at
Yeah,
those?
just a little bit, but I do know it's pretty deep. I like how detailed it is, like to show the dynamics of it.
It is, but to come up with uh, that, I know that it takes you 32 seconds to get there. It works like this. I decided that um, as the crow flies, the Avery Mansion is 15 miles north of the Huntingford Library in the suburbs.
Mm-hmm.
And that is AP's, I guess, attribute points. I call them hero points, but I guess it's attribute points or action points of,
Mm-hmm.
of 13. That number is 13. I asked you for your flight this speed. You said 10.
Mm-hmm.
So I take 10 from the distance, which is 13, so that leaves 3. And I go
Mm-hmm.
to time and I go, it takes you 32 seconds to cover that much. Boom, I cross reference and done. They've done all the math ahead of time with the benchmark.
Yeah, that was pretty fast.
Champions, what would I had to done? I would have had to divide speed. I would have had to convert distance to the champion scale, which is inches,
Mm-hmm.
and then work the math, figure out the velocity of flight. What is 15 like 10 inches? Fuck yeah. See, I would still be working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's librarian thinks he has. Pearlvog has also made an attempt. He went to uh, the succubus creates lustful energy in
Mm-hmm.
people. She uses seduction uh, as a power of mind control,
Mm-hmm.
and she. So you guys went down to the red zone, and he tried to scan for her, and he came out empty.
Mm-hmm.
Like she clearly wasn't operating or hiding out in the red light district of Capital City. So that's one thing he did. What does the librarian come up with?
Yeah, the Olympian is going to like appear right before the librarian, and basically going to be like, "I'm here."
Okay. He pulls out a book. He says it's in French. It's a thick book. It's old. It's dusty. He says the title is called Military Summoning. It is a tarot book reputed to be able to call artifacts and weapons of supernatural power to you. And let's give a name for the ritual. I'm just looking at some random ritual tables.
No problem. Basically, the Olympian is going to be like as as you look to keep the RP flowing, he's going to look at the librarian. He's going to be like, "Do you believe that book can be able to help us?"
Yes, he has uncovered a spell that he believes, if properly cast, um, should be able to give a sense of how far away and what direction. He doesn't. He wouldn't be able to use the true powers of calling items, but he thinks he's experienced enough in occult studies that he could actually maybe conjure distance and direction.
What all do you need?
Well, the spell's called the Hand of Nustum. And the ritual takes this much time to complete. Okay, let's roll. I'm doing Pentatonic. Let's get through different colored dice. The darker is 10s. 75. Okay, it takes 30 minutes to cast. Let's see if there's anything weird that he needs or not. The carcasses, and he grimaces, the carcasses of 49 cats. Ugh. He is not about to go gather 49 cats and kill them.
I'll be back.
But he definitely wants to cast the spell.
He will be like, "I will be back," and basically, the Olympian is going to basically look around the city and look for basically like any areas that looks like basically where like alleyways that looks like they probably have like some cat like just dead somewhere, like he
Stray
just
cats.
Yeah, stray cats that looks like they around the area. He's like zipping through the city. He has like a little trash bag.
Where you most familiar with that type of area would be back in North Elmview, and South Capital City. That's where Metal hangs out sometimes, or is subsidizing, and I think it's got Shango involved, of the St. Baltimore Soup Kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you've been down in that neighborhood before. That's also where Shango and Jimmy Mack are.
Yep.
You've been down to North Elmview and Elmview plenty. That's the red light district.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've been there plenty. So you know exactly where to go and find a bunch of stray cat, miserable, sorry ass creatures.
Yeah.
And what you're just intending, you're gonna take your cape and scoop them up.
Yeah, like he has a trash bag. Like he'll have a little bag and he'll just scoop them up, put them in there. Put them in there, and then just like just grab them up, and then he's just going to like just basically just humanely just like kind of like just like put them out their misery. Like he'll take the malnourished ones and just put them out their misery.
Mm-hmm. I imagine there's something you can do with your laser eyes that might.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. He basically does that, and he just.
I guess like euthanasia with dignity type of
pretty much
setting. You put that, euthanasia with dignity setting. on your laser
Yeah,
eye.
and his eyes will shine, and
No,
he'll just
before you do that, you hear a voice, and you're like in, a tenement area, mostly abandoned buildings, uh, uh, north of the strip, about a few blocks off of the the shoreline
mm-hmm.
where the Stewart River cuts through the city. Um, Stop! What are you doing? You hear a voice coming from like the darkness and shuffling out like a grate in the floor, in the concrete cracked floor. And like a stalk comes out, and there's like an eye going, "Stop! What are you doing? Stop! What are you doing?" And this is where we're going to take a quick break, as something is climbing out of the drain to confront you
Okay.
before you euthanize the cats. So let's take a quick break.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be right back with more action.
Mm-hmm.
Going a bit meta, I went with the Black Book of Sorcery for USR Sword and Sorcery to come up with the ritual for the librarian and the books. Been really useful
Mm-hmm.
for the occult. Ooh, let's see if I can screen share what this dude looks like. Where is he in the? I'm looking at photos. I have a picture of this dude. He's ovoid shape. It's alive, but it has like electronic parts stitched into it. It has one big eyeball, has
Mm-hmm.
three like legs, and then it has a couple stock antennas. Um, that's what it looks like, and it tells you to stop. What are you doing?
It looks at you. Do I recognize this being one of Ghost machines?
What do you mean? I know Deep Ghost.
Yeah, Deep
Is that
Ghost.
what
Yeah.
you're referring?
Hmm.
Deep Ghost. What was the machines you're referring to?
Could this be like one of his contraptions?
Definitely. And I'm wondering, where have you run into any of his contraptions? Just quickly,
Metal told me.
you know, how do you know about Deep Ghost and contraptions? Just bring me up to speed on that.
I think Metal was talking about. I think Metal was talking about. I probably don't know, but we'll keep it as I
No,
don't
no, I
know.
think you're right. I think you're right about you would have. That's. I just wanted to. That's what I'm thinking too. I just wanted to see if you're on the same page with me.
Hmm.
That Metal talks about a lot of her past experiences
Hmm.
that she's always talking about, right? I mean, am I lying?
Hmm. Hmm. um, when he
um,
sees this oval thing,
yes.
he will prepare himself, but he'll be like, I need this to be able to help with a project that someone is doing. Lives are in stake.
Okay. I found a picture. I don't know if I can screen share. Start screen sharing. No, I don't want to screen share.
If you can't screen share, you can always put it in the game image room. Oh, now I see it.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
See that little ovoid creature?
Yep.
I think it's got an eyeball on it. You can see where the eyeball is.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I guess it does have some. It's like that gun looks like kind of well built. It looks like that, but it's not like well built. It looks like it could malfunction because it's
Mm-hmm.
crackling with energy and smokes a bit in this dude. So that's yes, and that must be who Metal described as creepazoid. That
Oh,
there was
creep.
these three sewer contraptions: creepazoid, backtrack, and leatherneck, and they were yeah that they think they're linked to Deep Ghost somehow because they when they mentioned that Deep Ghost is dangerous,
Um,
but the creepazoid goes. Those are living creatures. I cannot allow you to extinguish life, and and it raises that gun. I must ask you to put them down.
I can't do that, creepazoid. Lives are in stake. I'm telling you this. People's lives are at stake. I'm trying to make sure I do this as humanely as possible.
Bang! And shoots its gun. So it's initiative time,
Yeah, it sure is.
and I gotta pull out the stats on Creepazoid as you chew through the villain roster here. All right.
I got a 26.
Cool. Cool. I got Creepazoid. Okay. Creepazoid is going to spend 5 hero points on its initiative. Since we didn't declare this before you rolled, do you want to spend? I'll give you an opportunity to spend if you want.
I'm going to, I'm gonna put 5 into 5 hero points, giving me 20 hero points left into my initiative. So making that my initiative.
It makes it a wash. Yep.
What is that?
So he's got a base. It makes his points a wash. So his base initiative is 16. He got an 18. You go first.
Okay. Basically, you'll see that he doesn't want to hurt Creepazoid, but he's going to be pulling back his punches, but he is just going to go in for a like haymaker. Like he is going to be like knocking, because he came from a sewer grate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he's going to be like knocking him back into the sewer grate as far as he can.
Okay, dexterity versus dexterity. Creepazoid's dexterity is 6.
Okay,
what's your dex?
7?
7. So 7 to 6. You need to get a 9 or better to hit.
All right, I'm going to post this in the Discord chat. I got a 12.
So is a 12 good enough for column shift? You needed a 9. No, it is not. You need a 13 to get your first column shift. No, what is that? That acting value row. No, they begin counting at 11. So you go from 9 to 11. You pass that with a 12. You get 1 column shift. So your strength is?
My strength is a 15.
You can pull your punch too if you want.
Yeah.
You can.
Yeah, I'm going to go down to a 12, if that's enough to like pull my punches.
Yeah, to it, just a 12. And at you hit him real good, and it's got a 12. Gives him a total defense of 11. So 12 versus 11 is 3 power points of damage. And you knock Creepazoid back 20 feet? 20 feet.
Back into like into like the sewer grates. Like that's what he's aiming for. Like he aiming like downwards.
Yep. But Creepazoid is still on its feet. I mean, it's out. It took some damage. It goes, something pops through, and then fires at you. So he has a 6 to your 7.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to get a 13 or better to hit you. Get my doubling dice. Eight. Wang! And this crackling beam of some type of plasma energy just goes whizzing by you. Wang! And Creepazoid starts scuttling around, is trying to it's just scuttling around. Where are the cats?
He is keeping it basically like behind him, like in his hand, like he's holding his hand back, like keeping it outreach, and he's like using one hand. He's like holding it.
Okay. Good to know. Another round of initiative.
All righty, man.
It's going to spend another 5. No, it's going to spend 10 on initiative. So what's that? It brings me down there. Okay. Are you going to or not?
Yeah, I'm going to spend some hero points. I'll spend another 5, put me down to 15.
Really wants to separate you from the bag of cats. How many are you spending?
5. and
Okay. And
I
5.
have a 22 for my initiative.
He's got a 26 plus 9 is a clearly above you.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to open this thing up to automatic fire. No, he'd be afraid of hitting the cats. No, he's not. Still think. He is what? He can spend points to improve his acting value, his chance to hit. He's going to spend 4 to bring his dex up to 10. To your 7 gives him a 9 or better to hit. You can spend hero points if you want, or you just
I am going
go with
to.
it.
I'm going to spend. How much he putting his up to?
He boosted it from 6 to 10.
I'm going to 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I'm
There's
going
all
to
sorts
spend.
of like settings and scopes that pop out of the thing and go ching ching ching.
I am going to spend 6.
Okay, so that brings you to 13.
Mm-hmm.
Look at you, clever man. Damn, he's got to get a 15 or better, making it tough. You're super speedy. Gets a 13. Is that what he needed, or did he need a 15?
So
15. He needed a 15. He missed.
Yep.
Rolled 13. Whang, whang, whang. He's getting closer. Your action.
All right, I am going to, because that was 5, 6. I only have 8 hero points left. I am going to beef my dex up to basically I'm going to spend 4 into my dex to make it 8, 9, 10, 11. 11.
He's going to spend 4 to make his 10.
All right.
So in year 11, did you say?
Yes. And what would I need?
9 or better.
All right. I have a 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14. Posting it now.
A 14. Damn. That gives you a couple column shifts. What did I tell you needed? Do you remember?
He had 10, right?
You get a column shift in your favor. So what's the strength? You tag them.
I need to finish this quick so I can be able to do this. I'm going like full strength him back into there, but more it's going to be more like a backhand back into the sewers as far as into the sewers, so I can be able to get
and
this.
Your max strength is 15.
Mm-hmm.
So that does 5 points of damage. So that knocks them back 80 feet. At least through one crumbling concrete wall in the empty building that you're in. And lights out on Creepazoid.
He is going to
weird little creature. Lights go out.
He's going to pick up Creepazoid and he's going to examine him, and then he's just going to like kind of gently put him back into the sewer grate and close it, and then go about doing what he was doing, and then go back to the librarian. Like his intent ain't trying to kill him, but he's a hardy son of a gun, so he just had to give it to him a couple times. How to describe how he finished him off, he just basically just gave him one good punch, like just slammed like a haymaker.
Yeah, like stunning birds or something like that, right? Just or
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, it's quick, it's painless, and that serves as a carcass. He goes, oh, I can't do this. Can't do this in the library. He's like, where should we go to do this ritual?
We could take this to the library. I mean, we could take this back to the estate.
Oh, he's excited about going to the Clinton Avery estate. That'd be great. It's a perfect place. Perfect place.
Right.
And he goes, I know the address. I can get my car and I can head there, and you can take the. And he hands, you can take the cats.
He'll literally lift up both the car and him, like basically him in the car, and he'll just be like, "Well, this faster," and just hand on there.
Yeah, you walk out of the library with him.
Yeah, like basically, yeah, he walks out.
His car.
Yeah, he lifts up the car and he just
it's
like
old there. It's a Toyota Celica. Being a librarian at the Hunterford Library obviously doesn't pay very well.
Yep. And
so he's like, whoa, this is amazing.
And he lifts up the car. He just flies there.
Yeah, and you're not 32 seconds because you would probably hurt him. It just takes you a little longer. You got to go slower.
Well, it'll be way faster if he just.
As Olympian clears the city skies, as cell phones are raised up from the streets where people who see you in the air are snapping pictures, because that's a thing. Guys are all in the news.
He will put this individual down. I mean, not individual. Put the car down and basically be like, "Let's get to work." Once they get there.
Okay. He says the backyard's probably great. Perfect.
Yeah.
And what? There's probably still There's that big fucking rock that you used to bury Ruinstar's sword.
So
the backyard's a little dug up, right?
Yeah, it's like a battle.
And the pool's cracked. Like there's a big freaking hole in the pool, and the water's drained out, except for some of it. So it's getting a little algae-like because there's pump filters working. But nice grill patio space. He does the incantation, and he comes up with when there's mystical shit going on. And he's like, whoa! When he's all done, is like there's the spell worked much better than I would have ever expected. And he goes, we need a map. We need a map of the county.
He will go into the room. He will go into the study and pull out a map and hand it to him and a marker.
Okay. And far up the Stewart River, about 30 miles west of the city, he puts a mark on the map, and he goes, it's there. I don't know what's there, but it's there.
All right. Do you have any talismans that I can use that can protect me somewhat from magic?
Let's look. What am I looking for? I'm looking for persuasion.
All righty.
Okay, and persuasion is influence versus influence.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you the librarian's influence.
I am influence 4. Hello? Hello? Hello?
I think it timed out. I think it timed us out.
Yeah. Would you say his influence was? Mine's a 4.
Yours is a 4. I'm not telling you his.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
So you got to roll them bones,
I got an 8.
and you got an 8. Not that I could come up with quickly. This is something I would have to research.
Mm.
It'd take me probably even hours to figure out if there's a possibility of any incredible talismans even in the area. Though I am very familiar with old colonial history of the East Coast, but yeah, it would take some time. Maybe it wouldn't take as much time if I had access to Dr. Avery's library, to his books. He's known to be an incredible collector of rare esoteric tomes.
I'll go see to this myself with the best of my ability. Wait here, and basically he will go over to. Is Rosita still there?
Yeah, she's still there. You can do it. Yeah, yeah. It's getting late in the day, I guess, late afternoon. So she would be getting ready to go home pretty soon.
She will. He will be like, you mind staying a few more hours extra and keeping an eye on the good librarian over there.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. Oh, sure. You once I lock the door once he's gone.
Yes. But just
Well,
make sure you just
when I
keep an eye
leave,
on.
she'll lock the door.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
He said yes. Keep an eye on him and make sure he is well tended to. I need to go see about
Okay.
something. And Olympian will take the map, and then he will basically fly off in that direction. And he'll look to the library and be like, "I'll be back."
Would you say your speed was again?
10.
It's a little farther than it took you to go from. Let's see if it was. Let's see. It's the Avery Mansion to Hartford Library. Took you 32 seconds. Let's see back. Yeah, it only takes you a minute to buzz the Stewart River, or you don't even have to go, down into the city and pick it up. You can just fly directly towards the Stewart River. It's a pretty easy landmark to see through the county, as it winds through the county and the suburbs. And you can tell as you're approaching from the sky that the mark has got to be, it looks like much bigger, much more sprawling, but it reminds you a bit of the Avery Mansion. It's a mansion on a big spread of land on the shore of the Stewart River. The shore nearest the mansion is bordered by 20-foot high granite cliffs. Below the cliffs is a narrow strand strewn with pebbles, pebbly beach. Let's see. What else can I tell you about the place? Yeah, the house has got about 3 wings. It's got a, turn around at the front entry. You can see the driveway. A few outbuildings. Much neglected.
The
That's what you said.
the Olympian is going to land down and just look around. And like look around, and then he's just going to start head towards the building.
Okay. This is where we're going to call it, Diamond.
All right.
This is where we're going to call it. You all right with that?
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I thought we got, with just some solo, we got some good ground covered.
Mm-hmm. That's the only thing I was looking
you're
for.
approaching the door, and I got to find out what the hell you find in the old Delacroix estate.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. I'm glad the game is back on.
Yeah. Is you going to start utilizing Discord events like you did last time, which was pretty great?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm going to do that and every other week.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
For a couple weeks. Thank you very much. Any questions or comments outside of that?
No problem. It was a perfect time in the evening, whatnot, and it was great. I enjoyed it. It was good to get back in the full swing of things. I enjoyed it a lot. It's been a while.
Right on, Olympian. Let's. Solo. What did I give for every session?
It's
been a while. Let's do it. Let's up the ante. Let's go 20. You always get a base right now 20 hero points if you play a session, no matter what happens.
Mm-hmm. And I had 9 hero
points. And solved a couple of plot points and moved and followed some leads. So
I did.
Yeah. I think you're you got the location of the lands pretty efficiently.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this character is not versed in magic, so he's just like, I'm going to do the best detective capabilities that I can.
Yep, and it paid off. Yeah, that's cool. All right, Diamond, I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
No problem. Glad to be back in the swing of things.